some time out to learn about the religion Islam. In today, changing the world, we all need to understand each other's faiths and religious perspectives to make a safe and healthier society.
The Qadria Trust in Spark Hill, Birmingham hosted an event where a group of 16 trainee Baptist church ministers visited. The trainee ministers attended to meet a group of Muslim community people to learn about Islam and to see how Muslims practice their religion. This was an excellent opportunity to encourage good multi-faith relationships and shows that we can build stronger, peaceful communities together by working side by side united.
Isaac gave the same message, Ismail al-Islam gave the same message, and Sayyidina Isa Ruhullah ala Nabiyina alayhi salatu wasalam gave the same message, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam gave the same message, and our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam gave the same message. That worship one Allah Azza wa Jal, there is no more.
I'm the Reverend Richard Sudworth from Christchurch, Sparkbrook, working for the Church of England, and it's been a pleasure to be here at the Qadria Trust. They are friends and neighbours, and it's important for me as a Christian leader that our congregations, that Christians who worship God get to know other faiths, and especially in this day and age, our Muslim neighbours, people with a faith, people who pray, and there's lots in common. Lots to know that's shared, also some important differences. And I know our friends at the Qadria Trust have always provided a good welcome and generous hospitality for that mutual learning. And it's been a great privilege to be here yet again.
What is the interfaith? What does it mean?
What does interfaith mean? It means people of different faith communities living together peaceably, learning about one another, respecting our differences, but also finding those things that we share as human beings who live in this one planet under the guidance of the one God.
What is guidance for the interfaith dialogue?
I think each tradition will have its own guidance for dialogue, but I think in my own experience the most important thing is to listen carefully. Too often, I think, as people of faith, we have plenty of things to say, but sometimes our speaking gets in the way of our listening. So the first thing in dialogue is to listen carefully, and then we can speak intelligently.
Why is interfaith dialogue is important?
I think it's important because so often in our world today there is too much misunderstanding and misrepresentation of the different traditions. So we misunderstand each other, and therefore mistakes happen and we don't understand properly. So dialogue contributes to our mutual understanding and enables us to live together as good neighbours.
How can we build a great relationship between all religions?
I think it will take time, and I think we have to give each other time to let to know each other and to find things that we can work together for our mutual benefit and for the good of whole society. So I think to find some projects for the good of the community, to share in the education of our children and bringing up the next generation, those things will build a good society for the future.
What's your message about today, Qadri?
Well, let me just introduce myself. I'm Dr. Nicholas Wood. I'm here with a group of students from Regent's Park College, which is part of Oxford University. The students I bring are all learning to be Christian ministers, to be leaders in the Christian church, and it's important for them in our society today to learn not only what it means to be a good leader within the church, but how they can lead their people in conversation with other people in the community. So it's been a great experience to have the hospitality of the Qadria Trust today. We're very grateful indeed for the warm welcome we've had and for the helpful explanations we've been given about Islam and its faith and traditions. We're very grateful. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jackie and I come here to the mosque today as a student because I am training to be a minister in a church, a Baptist church. And so this is part of our training to come and experience what it's like to come into a different faith community And it's been good to be here today to watch as the people come to prayer, to listen to some of the history, and to be able to take of your generosity and provision for us and time to explain your faith to us. So it's been good to be here, and I thank you for that hospitality.
It's very nice. We got a good welcome and a good message. And I hope that particularly the students who are not familiar with the tradition have learned something, have opened up to something that, they never knew or never experienced. It's always very important to come to the worshiping place of people. That experience is unique. It gives you more than what you read about them. So I think it was a good experience.
I thank one and only our God for bringing me here today. I just feel that I can sense His presence, and hearing the word from people and seeing how they were praising God just made me like, oh yes, our God is great. And how they were saying, Allahu Akbar. And I was trying, what is this? And then later I felt like, I interpreted in my own way, saying, Lord, be glorified, something, God is glorious. And later I asked, it is something like, yeah, God is great, and this is a wonderful experience. And I'm just so pleased to be here.
Hello, I'm very pleased to be here this afternoon and to visit this community. It's been very good to observe the prayers and to have an opportunity to speak together and to learn a bit more about your community's practice and to see some of the things that we share in common as people of faith. And I thank you very much for your welcome and for your hospitality today.
My name is Ruth, and I'm a Baptist minister in training from Harefield, and I want to thank you very much for having me today. I've had a wonderful experience, and I feel that I've learnt so much more about Islam and about your faith than I knew before, and I hope that this will help me in my ministry and with the people that I meet, that we might work better together, know one another better, and create a much better world for ourselves and our children. So thank you for the warm welcome, and I've really enjoyed my experience here.
Today we had a delegation from a Christian church, and they were the forthcoming priests who are attending the college. And I think we had a very interactive meeting, and we able to have a conversation where we can reflect about Islam and also to develop a good understanding. There is always a myth where people think Muslims are only terrorists or they are extremists. I think these kind of activities allow us to have a good relationship and to break down that myth.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. Today we've had a delegation from the Sparkbrook Church along with Richard Sudworth and his colleagues who are learning to become priests. And Qadri Trust has demonstrated a very diverse and open policy to invite them here to observe us praying and also give a brief description about Islam, how we live our lives, how we should live our lives, and also that any questions they had, we were able to answer them. Alhamdulillah, everything went very well. May Allah's blessing be upon Qadria Trust and all the team, especially Mohammed Tayyab Rehman for his guidance. Jazakallah khair.